What up, people? What's good? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. Reserved for the best. It's super dope. I do sell comics. Check me out on Instagram at 6th_element_comics. Yeah, because comic books are the sixth element of hip hop. Good, y'all. Sixth element of hip hop. Reno Noir right here. We got Stu Dog in the building. My man Trap House Comics, Black Heroes Club. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the show, everybody. Peace to Slim Jim Long in the building. Salute Slade Wilson. Peace. We got a good show. We got a big show. It's DC Power Hour, as y'all know. So we get into DC Comics and we talk about all things DC. And we tend to shy away from Marvel on this day, which is tough because there's some dope Marvel shit going on. But just stay tuned because Monday we're gonna get all into that. But today we got Invincible Season 2, Episode 1. That's what we're gonna really get into, and then we got some dope DC topics. You know, shit like we got James Gunn's first DC reboot show getting a disappointing release announcement. Another DC project getting canned. The villain forward film TMNT Mutant Mayhem 2's Shredder and team. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna explain Elseworlds. So DC Comics has an imprint called Elseworlds, and it's where they do their stuff that doesn't really fit into the main canon continuity. For instance, there's an Elseworlds film department, and that's where you have Matt Reeves, the Batman, and that's why it's different from the main Batman and vice versa. So then we've got Gen V. We're going to talk a little bit about CW announces the end of the Arrowverse. So that and some other DC goodness to chop up tonight. So stay tuned. We got a lot to cover. We're gonna get into it. Stu Dog.
Yes, sir.
What'd you think about Invincible 2, Episode 1?
Thought it was dope. I ain't gonna lie, man. I really miss watching that show.
Word.
I really miss the fact of how they paced the show. You know, you watch a lot of anime, you watch a lot of comic book adaptations of shows into the TV screen, and they're okay, and some are even good, but this one is great, and that's because they've stuck with the content of the comic, but they also have made it viewable for TV, which, you know, there's some things in there that happen in the comic. Invincible gets raped by a female Viltrumite, things like, you know. Obviously, they're not going to put that in there, but they do a good job of letting you know that it happened. Yeah. So, but as far as like the way the cartoon was paced, even the Adam and Eve special, I don't know if any of you guys watched the Adam and Eve special.
I missed it.
It was good. It was really, really good, man. Like the writing is good for this, man. It's like you say all the time, you know, write about characters we care about. Give us good stories. I'll make it good, and they actually made this good. The violence is there, the action is there, the drama's not boring. I love it, man. I'm loving it, and that's only one episode, bro. I can't wait for the rest of it to drop.
Yeah, bro. This is just Episode 1. Trap House, did you get to see Invincible? Not yet. Black Heroes, you get into it yet?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I love the opening. One of those kind of Elseworld scenarios, like what if Mark would have, sided with his dad. Epic opening, and then also epic story where he still needs a lot of time. Invincible still needs a lot of time to heal from what's happened. They introduce Bulletproof, which is kind of awesome to see. And yeah. So what else? I love the energy between Monster Girl and Robot. You know, that's kind of cool to see them, helping each other out as young members of the team. Yeah, man, it went hard, bro. I loved it.
Hell yeah. Dang, I was gonna throw up. Check this out, y'all, real quick. My man's Frost 4200 just shout out to Battle Beast. We gotta show this guy real quick. This dude
I
right
like
here
Battle
is a
Beast.
crazy character. Yeah, bro. I definitely fuck with Battle Beast. Do y'all see that yet? Let me see. I'm trying to throw it up for y'all to see it. Okay, there it goes. Bink. I says go ahead and bink. All right. So yeah, this is the cover that I had this cover. I had this comic. I don't know where it is. But that's the cover with Battle Beast on the cover right there. That's him right there. Super, super cool character. So hopefully, yeah, definitely can't wait to see more of Battle Beast. Trap, you didn't get to see it. So the beginning,
It,
you mentioned that. Oh, sorry, go ahead,
it
bro.
it's crazy how popular Battle Beast is, and he only had what, maybe 45 seconds of screen time, and I mean,
Right.
like, we're just completely in love with him. Man.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he's got a big comic following too.
he does. He really
Yeah,
does.
yeah. And that opening you mentioned. So anybody watching the beginning of the show, you're like, what's going on? Like, why does it seem like this isn't where we left off, right? Seems like Mark is working with Omni Man. They seem to be working together to take over the world, which was Omni Man's original, his original mission. That's why he came to Earth, was to take it over like that and turn it into a Viltrumite, world, which in the long run apparently is better for everybody involved. Okay, fine, but change, we don't like change, so nobody's going to be happy about it, and so it looks like pretty much a war torn dystopian post apocalyptic joint, and it sort of picks up right after the Titans touchdown in Chicago. In other words, when Mark and Omni-Man tore up the city center with a bloody, calamitous scrap that soon saw them battering each other across the globe. His dad nearly killing him, beating him, to a pulp. But then, like I said, this episode does not really start where that left off. It begins with Invincible and Immortal, which was the Superman, loosely, okay. The Justice, how they had the Justice League, right, Stu? It was like a mock Justice League. And
Which one? Justice League Action?
no, so in Invincible, in the beginning,
Oh yeah,
Omni Man,
yeah,
they
yeah,
have a
yeah,
Justice, and the
yeah, yeah.
Superman guy, he doesn't, he's his name is Immortal. He would be the Superman. And they're sort of duking it out in the night sky, in the beginning. And Mark tells him, and Immortal says he's just as arrogant as his father. Mark tells him, I've been hit harder before. And you could tell like that Immortal's hits just are not doing what Omni Man's hits were doing. You know what I'm saying? He's
No,
not feeling like that. I mean,
no. And he said a
he,
lot harder too. He said a
mhm,
lot harder. He says I've been hit a whole lot harder.
whole lot
That's
harder.
yeah, that's ego
And
shattering. If you're
I want to
supposed to be a super strong guy.
I want to explore that a little bit real quick because technically, in the beginning sequel, he doesn't get hit by his dad because that scene never happened. So he could be talking about Battle Beast who hit him that hard. Rating, and I'm talking about rating each character's power. So like he's in front of
Yeah.
Immortal and he's like, hey, I've been hit harder. But technically, we don't know if he's talking about his dad or Battle Beast or Solomon. You see what I'm saying?
It's a very good point. Yeah, it's a very good point. I did not,
He
I didn't
definitely
really
got
think
to
of
be
that.
talking about his dad. He got to be talking about his dad because Battle
But
Beast
think
hit him.
about,
Yeah,
but
but
think
it
about
Solomon
never
hit him,
what,
but they
happened.
didn't hit
yeah,
him.
think about,
They
nah,
ain't
think
hit him
about what
like his
Black
dad
Hero.
hit him.
Listen, Stu, think about Black Heroes is saying that never happened in this iteration in the beginning, where when Mark is taking over the world in that universe, whatever this is, Mark didn't get beat up by his dad in that one.
But
So
if you listen to what that guy said, that could go to different dimensions. He said that in every iteration, after they had their fight, he wound up teaming up with Omni Man instead
well,
of going against.
that's what we got to find out, because Black Heroes, we don't know, like you said, we don't know, maybe that he still did get beat up by his dad in this iteration.
He
And
said
then
it.
they
The guy
teamed up
said it.
later.
No, the one guy said it. He said
He
in
said
every iteration
everything. Yeah, he did. He
they
did.
Yeah,
wound
but
up because
there's
remember his dad asked him. Remember his dad kept asking him to team up with him while they were fighting. So we know
Mm-hmm.
the fight had to happen, but where it branches off is either he teams up with his dad or he doesn't. He said there's only one iteration where he don't. The rest
Yeah,
of them
but
he did.
once his dad beats him to a pulp, his dad just takes off and leaves. There is no
Right.
opportunity for him to team up after the fight.
But that was the
right.
iteration where he didn't. Now he might have been able to talk some sense into him while he was fighting him and they team. We don't know. We just know that, like the guy
Yeah,
said, there's only one where he don't.
yeah.
We
Now,
don't know
now,
those
now,
details.
yeah. Did he start fighting with Omni Man and just not get to the point where Omni Man beat him to a pulp? Yeah, that's possible. And then he still did feel them hits. The Immortal lived for thousands of years. I thought he'd seen the truth like you did. Is what Omni Man says. As the backdrop of the charred city is revealed beneath him and Mark, not unlike the desert in the real life The Matrix. And it seems like it's like a terrible dream, maybe a nightmare, especially with the city's residents being forced to listen to a frightening recording of Mark over and over again saying, you're going to be part of the Viltrumite empire, it's going to be good, but the more you resist, the worse it gets. Like it's definitely a threat. And it very quickly becomes clear that this is not a nightmare. This is really happening, albeit in a parallel universe. And we then see the duo crash through the Resistance's bunker, and Mark paralyzes Eve. That was cold, bro. He was just like, "Oh, Eve, you ain't gonna chill out, all right," and just paralyzed her, bro. On some, I'll go visit her. That's
I don't
ill.
want to. I would
Evil.
never kill you.
Yeah, he
He says
did.
I would never kill you,
Yeah,
but
I
then
wouldn't.
proceeds to put her into a coma.
Word, like I would never do that. I care
Yeah,
too much about you.
and then he paralyzed her. Yeah, he paralyzed her for some reason.
Quadriplegic. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. So is Invincible evil now? In this iteration, our Invincible isn't evil, but according to Angstrom Levy, Mark and Omni Man have teamed up to encounter Earth in a majority of timelines. So there's all these different universe timelines. Most of them they team up and take over Earth. Less of them, obviously, Mark rebels, and we're just watching the story of one of the ones where he rebels. And remember, Omni-Man lied to Mark about his origins. Yes, he comes from Viltrum, but they're not a philanthropic race who's, protect worlds, and fast track their development. Their entire raison d'etre is conquering planets, across universes. And when Mark developed his superpowers, Omni-Man was, fully confident that he'd have an ally to take over Earth with. And so he eliminated his main threats, the Guardians of the Globe, their Justice League, just wiped them out. But then our Mark couldn't abide the brutality and mass genocide that his dad's, conquest would cause, and inevitably, they would, so he refused to help him. I think, but keep in mind, there are several, if not countless villainous versions of Mark in the multiverse. And we see that in the comics. And the second season's main villain is capable of traveling between every dimension in existence. So there's going to be, and we're having Angstrom Levy, right? The invincible villain, at a time when he's worried about who he might, be at his core. And Angstrom Levy is capable of showing him glimpses of other versions of himself that may reflect, the horrors that he's worried that are inside him, And so it's a much more character-based, dramatic way of exploring the multiverse. And we haven't seen Omni-Man yet. But again, it's just season 1. But speaking of seeing Omni-Man, we are going to check him out in Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
Like a plan.
But where is he in this season?
I
Because
think he's on that alien planet with
the Mantis.
No, not yet.
The Mantis.
I still gotta read the comics, but he ends up like drifting in space for like a year, and
But
then the
he
month.
ends up he marries like a mantis alien chick, and he has
Yeah,
another kid
yeah,
with
but
her.
that's not for like another year because he's still
Oh,
floating right now.
oh,
Or it's like maybe another six. Like this is just still month. Like only 1 month has passed since the incident. So he's
right.
probably still making his way to that planet.
I see. Yeah. He well, I know like his he's around, in Mark's, psyche, but yeah, we the last time we saw him, he was flying out to space, covered in his son's blood after beating him, within an inch of his life, with tears falling off his own face. And it'd be easy to assume that he was returning home to, his own world. But hang on, guys. Hello. All right. All right, hit me when you're outside. All right, one.
Bro, ordering
So
some pizza, huh?
yeah, pizza. As Alan
Yeah,
the
pizza.
alien, yeah, pizza. Alan the alien was a cool looking character. I was hoping to see more of him. The guy he met at the end of season one, and as he warned Mark, the Viltrumites aren't known for changing their minds or being reasoned with. They sent his dad Nolan to prepare Earth for conquest, and if he abandons his post, he's on he's fucked. He's AWOL. They're gonna kill him. Or whatever. Probably wherever he is, he's probably hiding from them at this point for not doing what he was supposed to do with Earth. And the creator of the thing, Robert Kirkman, said, the less said about Nolan, I think, the better at this point. I'll just say I wouldn't wager that we'll go the entire season without seeing him. He'll probably crop up when you least expect it, and he may be popping up in ways that you wouldn't necessarily expect. So I think I've said as much as I can say. End quote. Black Heroes, you were going to say something?
He's a top dog character. I mean, you can't have Invincible now without Omni-Man, or at least because if you notice throughout like I just started Adam Eve, but like he's appearing still. You see what I'm saying? Like you can't not have Omni-Man in there, no matter what
Right.
he's doing, because not everyone loves him, but like
Right.
people are, how do you say, marketing him or buying him.
Yeah.
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 It's a fact. Angstrom and another character, Angstrom Levy, is a dope character that I can't wait to get into. What just happened? Hold on. I had some images for y'all of this dude. He looks like he's got a big brain. In the comics, here he is. Hold on. In the comics, he's got a cooler design than I don't know. It seems different what they did in the show. I don't, at least yet. Maybe it's not what it's going to be yet. Maybe he didn't get to that stage, but I sort of like, this is the comic one.
I can see them making. Yeah, I can see them not redoing the character, but you have to remember it's right after the blast. So,
Right.
in a couple of months, he might look like that.
Right. Yeah, because right now he's got this shit going on. Wait, what the fuck? There it is. Yeah, let me blow it up. You see that? Where it's like his brain is sort of going all down his back. It's like part of his neck. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, here he is. I mean, there he is. I mean, he's a I think he's a dope looking character. Yeah, definitely one of the worst enemies of Mark. Yeah, that he has to battle for sure. He's dope. But yeah, he's what do you call it? He's introduced in this episode, for the show, and we get to sort of see what he's about a little bit. The first season had, a large roster of antagonists. You had Mark was nearly beaten to death by Battle Beast. He teamed up with Adam Eve to stop Doc Seismic. And then there's the, Isotope and Machine Head and the Flaxons, the Sequids and the Mauler twins, Omni Man, obviously. He's had a fucking
Man. Don't forget
yeah.
what's the dude he fought on the moon, but he wasn't really an enemy of Earth. Remember came
That's
flying.
Alan the
I
Alien.
had the
That is
wrong.
Alan.
Yeah, sound like
Yeah, that's Alan the Alien. But yeah, he was a superhero. Now he's a villain. And he might have been Invincible's main adversary by the finale, but season 2's first episode, sees the debut of this foe with a grave vendetta against him already. Angstrom Levy, basically, he's troubled by the devastation that he's witnessed across the multiverse. He's the one that can go from different universes, and he's seen that the majority of the timelines, Omni-Man and Invincible, have teamed up and conquered Earth. But there's also extraordinary potential out there. He says Shakespeare's "We've never read. Technology is beyond our understanding. All of our problems have been solved somewhere else." And he hatches a plan with the help of the Mauler twins, the blue clone guys, right? And they're experts in brain transference technology. And with their constant cloning, they sort of got all the equipment and shit like that. And he wants to copy all of the memories and knowledge of his alternate selves from the other dimensions. He wants to bring all the Angstrom Levies from all the dimensions and put them all into his brain, right? And have all those memories and all that knowledge. And so he can become, like a modern day Prometheus who will save trillions of lives. He wants to do this as a superhero. And this is, this is only a slight difference from the comics, where his main motivation is being able to travel through the multiverse more safely. The Mauler,
remember the movie The One with Jet Li? That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah, the one. Yeah. With all the different it is like he's trying to consume them all, but the Maulers successfully fixed the encoder, and with all of his alternate selves strapped into the machine, he sort of begins to transfer, and then it all goes wrong. And when Invincible crashes in on Cecil's orders to stop whatever's happening, not realizing or believing that Levi's intentions are actually for the greater good, he just he's not seeing it. And Levy summons several Maulers to restrain Mark, but as they beat him to a pulp, Levi removes the helmet in the middle of the procedure, which is what causes the catastrophic blast that incinerates everyone in the building except Mark. And one of the Mauler twins sort of comes out of the rubble and finds Levy alive, but he's now gruesomely deformed and mutated as a result of this botched transfer experiment, whatever you have it, procedure. So with the memories of the hundreds of alternate Levi's all scrambled in his head, he doesn't, he's now an insane villain bent on revenge to make Invincible pay for all the destruction that he's done. And so in an interview with IGN, Robert Kirkman, the guy that made the shit, said that Levi represents the danger in the vast scope of Mark's world after the first season. He said this character that kind of comes in at a time when Nolan is gone and really becomes a Mark-centric villain, and is one of the first villains that really put Mark through his paces and showed him as a capable superhero. End quote. But yeah, you outside?
The pizza man.
All right, yeah,
Pizza's here.
Pizza's here. Pizza's here. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
I ain't had an opportunity to watch it yet, so I'm learning.
Have you seen season 1 yet?
I've seen like the first 3 episodes of it.
Oh, bro.
I know.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yeah. I don't ever get on it though, really.
All right, go back, baby. Yeah, I just had to log back into mine.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Oh man, I'm the only one here that's been watching it. That's a lot of stuff on Amazon Prime you get for free, which I didn't know. So I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Once I went on there and started exploring it, I watch it on the regular now because I'm paying for it, whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
So it comes with the Prime. So now I get on there and watch whatever, bro. I watched Red Dawn on the other day and Invincible. Like I'm gonna get my
I
money's
don't
worth.
ever get on it. I got HBO, so I'm always on HBO.
Yeah, bro. I got
I was like
everything. I
you,
got
yeah.
Netflix,
Yeah, I was
and
like
I mean,
you.
like,
Yeah, I had everything else. Yeah. Yo, you gotta watch it, man. They got I never knew they did a remake of Thunderbirds. Remember Thunderbirds,
Hmm.
the old marionettes, the
Yeah.
cartoon with the old marionettes, and they were like the rescue squad, and they had the
Yeah.
strings coming off of it. I didn't know
It's
they did a
it's
remake
what
of that
Team
in
America's made off
CGI.
of.
oh, you're talking about
Yeah, yeah,
the live action one that they made with all the little
yeah. They
kids and
did
stuff.
another one
Yeah.
with the marionettes, and then they did the
Hmm.
one with the little kids, the Team Max. But they did a remake of the original, but in CGI on Amazon Prime. I'm like, yo, and it's dope. I'm like, yo, what? I didn't even know
I might check that
that was a
out.
thing. So I watched them all. I watched them all. I watched every last one of them. They were good. They were really, really good. Yeah, they really
Us.
paid a lot of homage to the original, but that's what I like.
I'm gonna try them out,
But as
but
far as
they got Spider-Man on Netflix.
Which one?
which one?
The new one, into not into this. What's the new one?
The Spider-Verse one?
Yeah.
The Miles Morales. Which one was that? What's the name of that one?
All right. The first one is Into the Spider-Verse. The second one has to be.
Man, I'm a
Bro, I
Miles
don't know.
Morales fan too. Man,
Really?
Oh, bro, like everyone's actually getting me into him. I didn't know anything about him. And now somebody gave me the comic where what if he was Captain America?
yeah, that's a good one. That's a good
Yeah,
issue.
man. I'm like, yeah, it's an awesome issue, man. And
It was
I guess his
it was
girlfriend becomes the
Spider-Man
Falcon.
across the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse. Yep.
Yeah, that one's on Netflix.
That's worth watching. You ain't seen it yet?
Is it? Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw it.
they're
Yeah, it's
both
good.
on
It's really
Netflix.
good.
That's a good.
Well, I
That's a
don't.
good. That's a good
Oh
movie.
wow.
Oh yeah,
It
my
is.
kids and I. My kids watched that at least 5 or 6 times.
Okay. Did you guys see the Ninja Turtle one yet? That was
No,
like
I
that?
haven't seen it. I don't want to watch it. I heard bad things, man.
Don't believe
Man,
it. Don't
yeah, I
believe it.
despise
Let me
when.
tell you something.
Yes, baby.
Let me tell you something.
Okay,
That
go
was
see.
the
Go get
most entertaining movie I saw all summer.
Okay.
I'll check
No
it out
lie,
then.
hands down, without a shadow of a doubt. I was entertained as hell watching that movie.
Ate that
Yeah,
pizza fast, didn't he?
Yeah,
I get
Dope.
get
agitated when
down.
people give those reviews. Like it's like, man, bro, I want to go see it. I would rather, I guess, them wait for a longer time before they give the review. That way, I can go and see it and see for myself if I enjoy it.
Bruh,
Thank you.
y'all
That's
need
what
to
you gotta
watch
close it down.
this shit right here. Samurai with the blue eyes.
I want to see that. Yo,
Isn't it
the
called?
trailer
Isn't it
looked
called
dope.
Asaka or something like that?
No, you talking about
Osaka.
Yasuka? You talking about Yasuki? That's the black samurai. This is different. This is new. It's about a mixed race samurai, meaning I think he's half Caucasian, half Japanese. In the Edo period. Feudal Japan type shit. And it's animated like with a cool, almost like a cell, almost cell shaded, but not. I don't know. It's an interesting animation style. But it's really dope. If you like samurai shit, Edo periods, feudal Japan shit, which is my shit. If you like that kind of shit, it's pretty cool. It's really dope. I haven't finished it, but
What's the
it's pretty
soundtrack like?
it's dope. Good.
Yeah,
Really well done. Really well made. It's top-notch quality. I could say that. I haven't watched the whole thing, so I don't know the ins and outs of the story and everything. But top-notch quality animation and writing and acting and all of that. It's legit. It's legit. Good call out, Norin Rad. Good call out.
Yeah, no, Rad. Thank you for that one because I'm definitely gonna check it. I've been wanting to see it. I've seen it, but I haven't watched it. I saw a trailer for it, but Definitely gonna watch that.
Yeah, it's worth picking up. But yeah, back to season 2, episode 1, Invincible. We're talking about Angstrom Levy, dope character from the comics, the guy with the brain on the outside of his head. The who is it said this? I think this is the. Hang on, I think this is Kirkman. Yeah, Robert Kirkman saying, another thing that I see people talking about with season 1 is that when is Mark going to start winning fights? He starts winning fights in season 2. He said he still does lose fights though. Angstrom Levy is another big part of that. Just showing that Mark is capable superhero who can stand on his own and really give people a good sense of what the show is really about. He said Angstrom is brought to life by Sterling K. Brown, is a more lively, more vibrant version of what we know from the comics. While he said what Sterling has been able to wring out of our scripts is something real and vibrant and genuine, a true villain with a solid core of understanding that makes him as sympathetic and relatable as he is dangerous and terrifying. He also says there's sympathy for this character that I don't think is present in the comic, because he's right. In the comics, Angstrom Levy is not, a relatable guy. He's not. He's an asshole. But he said it's possibly something that I intended, and maybe if I was a better writer, I would have been able to achieve on the page. But when you have an actor actually delivering the lines and living through that character and giving him this well-rounded, realistic emotion, there's just a sympathy for Angstrom Levy that comes through much more than I expected. And that's all Sterling. Talking about Sterling K. Brown, the actor. Yeah. And Angstrom Levy, so far, this is all we've seen of him being capable of. But in the comics, he becomes much stronger after the doctors patch him up in the wake of the explosion. Same thing, but physically enhancing his body and making him far more resilient to any sort of damage. So he's like, super strong too. And also his original plan might not have been successful, but it did work to an extent. While Mark, while insane, he does have superhuman intellect that makes him formidable, if a flaky foe for Mark. So Kirkman sort of says, he continues and says, I think if Angstrom Levy's the backbone villain, I think that's his core story. I don't think that we'll lean on the multiverse too heavily, and I'm glad that they're not, because Marvel's doing it to death, DC's doing it to death, everybody's doing the multiverse thing. Star Wars is even fucking doing it. It's like, all right.
Perfect what you have going on Earth 1 first, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool, but it's a great concept, but now everyone's doing it. It's like, okay. It just feels like you're copying at this point. But, and he said, and I also want to stress that we're exploring the multiverse in a much different way. He said, I think that there's no end of movies and TV shows that are exploring that right now. He said, we have a slightly different angle on that makes it fresh and new. But yeah, it's a big part of who the character is. His natural superpower is that he can access other dimensions. And so we're following him on his journey as he tries to utilize that power in certain ways that over time possibly get corrupted. So yeah, we're following him on his journey and seeing where things lead. And that puts him on a collision course with Invincible in the worst possible way. End quote. And he's right. He's right. I mean, I think he's dope. I think he's a dope character.
I do too.
And then you got the post credit. Yeah.
I think that they're also not copying, but everybody kind of wants to side with the villain nowadays. So Joker's one bad day, leads you into this miserable life. That's really sticking with a lot of these villains. Now we're starting to learn the origin of some of these villains, and we realize all it takes is one bad day.
Right. Right.
Which is what it always took, I think.
Yeah.
Then again, you know. But as far
Um.
as Invincible is concerned, I really do wish that they would kind of dive a little deeper into Viltrumites and Omni Man, like they
Oh,
did in the comics.
they will. They will. It's right now that it's all about Angstrom Levy. That's what they're. That's
Okay.
Angstrom Levy. Episode 1. He removes the encoder helmet as the machine was transferring all the thousands of his different reality selves, all the knowledge into his head, which unleashed a devastating power and caused the destruction and the deaths of everything around him. It blew up, so we thought. And then there's this post-credit scene where it returns to the ruins of the machine, laden with charred skulls and ash, and one of the Mahler twins emerges with half of his body melted and searches for his brother. But he stumbles upon Levy in the rubble, and the explosion didn't kill him, but it gave him a ghastly transformation. And with his oversized, supercharged brain spilling down his back of his neck into his back, and he's like, he did this, he made me this freak, I ruined everything, he killed so many people I knew, people I loved, millions have died because of him. He's talking about Mark, and but Mahler says his brain is scrambled with the memories of the other Levis from the universes where Invincible and Omni-Man teamed up and conquered Earth. And so all that knowledge of all those evil marks is jumbled around in his head, and he doesn't really realize that this isn't that Mark. He's not seeing it. He said, he says, they're all my memories. He's puking blood and screaming, and it's very dramatic. And he's like, I need revenge. I need to make him pay. I'm not going to rest until I've killed him. And, cueing the red and black title card with the Invincible, in the crack of a tremor. And so Angstrom Levy is a major antagonist from the comics. In an interview with Variety, Robert Kirkman says why they chose him, why they're not doing Omni-Man, why they're doing Angstrom Levy right now. He said it's all about finding that through line for the season. He says that's not how comics work. It's a continuous month-to-month cycle, and there isn't this group of episodes that we have to seem of a piece. He said the first season was a matter of putting those two big Nolan beats of him fighting the Guardians of the Globe and him fighting Mark as the bookends, and filling out the middle. He said this season was about making it definitively Mark's story, and Angstrom Levy is definitively a Mark villain that he had to face on his own, and it gave us structure for the season, end quote. And he also says, hang on, let me pull it up. He says, Angstrom, as brought to life by Sterling K. Brown, is a more lively, more vibrant version of what we know from the comics. What Sterling has been able to wring out of the script is something real and vibrant and genuine, a true villain with a solid core of understanding that makes him as sympathetic and relatable as he is dangerous and terrifying. So, if you like sympathetic villains, and like you said, Black Heroes, everybody's roots for the villain now. I mean, I always rooted for the villain, but that's because
Yeah, you have to at some point. Yeah.
it's like Goodfellas. You remember in Goodfellas where he says Jimmy's the guy who always roots for the villain and the bad guy in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and the movie's about bad guys.
They're more relatable now. Like we can understand them now.
Mhm.
Like we've all thought about
Because they're
Robin
not
Wright.
just mustache twirling, absurdities. Now we see that they're actually just us with one bad day.
Exactly. Yeah. That one plan that we need to make $1 million. That's all a bad guy is. Is like that plan ended up failing, and now he's ripping off mob bosses instead of big corporations.
Right. Yep.
Which makes sense. Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'm about to make one for fucking this guy. But yeah, this season fucking it's been a long wait. It's been like a year and a half. It took a long time. It's finally here though, and
There was a year and a half in between.
year and a half for this one.
Man,
Yeah. Yeah. But you know,
Yeah, but to add in what like you were saying
they
a week
really
ago. Yeah, they needed the money. They have to make sure that this is going to work. It takes a lot of money to make this animated show kick off, you know. So I'm happy that they're doing it, but for us, we got to
the
go buy the
monster hit.
toys. Yeah, but we have to go buy the toys if we want more.
Yeah, and please make some invincible figures, guys. What's going on?
Yeah, I want to.
We need
Yeah, I want a
we need
battle beast,
word. I need Battle
robot,
Beast. I need Omni
battle beast,
Man.
and robot. Yeah, I definitely need
Word.
Omni
Sterling is definitely a great voice actor choice for Levi. Mark shouldn't be seen. Thrag no time soon. Yeah, Thrag. Yeah, the other Viltrumites, man. Conquest. Ooh, bro. These characters, bro. Wait till you see fucking Conquest and man. Yeah, hell of a wait. Y'all realize Superman creators made a hell of a creation. All these stories, etc., are based on they create. I mean, yeah, you break it down. This shit is all Kal-El in a different skin.
mm-hmm. Just sounds like.
But to be
I
honest, I
mean,
see a whole lot of them. That I mean, they basically copied the whole Justice League anyway.
mhm,
If you look
mhm.
at the members, what are they
It's
called?
almost satire. It's almost like satire. It's satire.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, they called them the Guardians of the Globe.
right. They're all based off of like the Speedy
Justice League.
guys, based off of Flash.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Flash.
there's
Yeah,
a
You know,
there's a
Wonder
Green
Woman.
Lantern guy. There's a
Yeah,
Martian
Full
exactly.
guy.
Fantasy, Martian
Yeah,
Manhunter. Yeah.
you got the Wonder Woman. Yeah, they're all there.
The Omni Man beat them like they were nothing, bro.
Just tore through them
Like
like
he
paper.
went, yeah, bro. Like he went in there just and gave them jokers work. Like, all right, like
Gave
whatever.
them the business word. They had nothing coming. They had nothing
Nothing.
coming.
Not even close.
Nah, B. But yo, getting into Zack Snyder, sorry, not Zack Snyder, Justice, James Gunn, the DC reboot show, the Creature Commandos, which I've been super excited for, because I think it's gonna be dope. It's a dope animated joint, TV show, which is gonna kick off the new DCU, be released on Max. Has seemingly been pushed back again. Yeah, the Writers Guild of America strike put a lot of upcoming projects on hold, seeing how no writers could work on scripts. And even a script that's written, they can't jump into the show because rewrites have to be done, shit, alterations. You got to have the writer on deck. You can't just go. A lot of people thought, oh, they already wrote it, go shoot it. It doesn't work that way. But Gunn has the upcoming Creature Commando series, was not one of the titles that were affected by that, and Gunn himself confirmed that the scripts for the 7-episode show were finished prior to the start of the strike, and it's an animated thing, so it was also encouraging many of the encouraging to a lot of us when one of the actors from the show, Frank Grillo, stated on Instagram that the show's not going to be delayed at all. So we all expected
Wow.
this shit was going to come out, but in a presentation from Animation Studio, Bobby Pills shared on YouTube by Blender, it was revealed that James Gunn's upcoming DCU series Creature Commandos will not officially be released until sometime in 2025. The show was previously supposed to premiere on Max streaming service in 2024, but now has been delayed to 2025. So think about what that means. That's Creature Commandos. That's just the first little animated fucking appetizer to the Gunverse. So we're not, bro. Look at 2028 to get really into the Gunverse. We're talking about 5 years.
We talking about the end of this decade. Damn.
Word. Because it previously was supposed to come out in 2024, and then they could have jumped into Superman. What's it called? It's all this whole strike is what it is. The strike pushed everything another year, so a lot of projects, and it's fucking like, dude, like COVID just did all this to all our projects, and we're just starting to get caught up, and now the writer strike is doing this again. So you can expect a bunch of more bullshit projects
in between,
to come out of it. He says, now we are working on Creature Commandos, which is with Warner Brothers, directed by James Gunn, the big guy, and Balak and Erica as supervisors. It's 7 episodes. There are 22 minutes each, so pretty short. But we'll have to wait until 2025 to see that on screen. 7 20-minute episodes. You got it. Come on, bro. But he says you can see this is the design, the character design. So it's ambitious. Why was it delayed? It's important to point out that Castaing's comments made it sort of sound like the animation style and the character design of Creatures Commandos are difficult to get exactly right, and that plays a factor in why it's been delayed. And that really, is the only likely explanation, for the delay, as Gunn already confirmed that he finished the script and also let fans know that all of the voice work was already completed to the project. So that not only is the script written, the actors have already said the lines. It's literally just about the fucking visuals.
Sounds like they're trying to feed us AI.
I don't know about that. But for reference, Castaigne called the upcoming show ambitious. And so it's safe to assume that a lot of the work will have to be put into the actual animation process in order for the final product to be as good as it can be. And it's worth noting that making sure that the animation is perfect will be extremely important for Creature Commandos, seeing how it's going to kick off an entirely new interconnected superhero universe for DC. It's the big flagship for DC's, last shot. Like, this is their last chance to get it right type shit. So it has to be the dopest. It's got to be everything. It can't be okay. It can't be kind of good. It can't be what Disney Plus has been giving us. It can't be that. It's got to be.
Yeah, but I wonder how much time and process is going into, like,
a lot.
Know. Like, yeah, but like, I don't know. It's like, if somebody makes good art, I don't see them, show us what you got and then listen to our advice and criticism on how to fix it. So like, don't not show me anything and it's like, oh, it's not right yet, and then you take it back and then you critique it. Oh, he'll like this, and you're stirring up the pot, and then you feed it to me and it's still bad. No, just give it to me, let me watch it, listen to the reviews, listen to what I want, take it back and do it right.
You want them to put out a rough draft first?
It doesn't necessarily have to be a rough draft, but like, if you think about it, if you're not going to keep taking it back, or you're going to keep teasing me with it, or saying that, oh, it'll be next year until you can see it, well, prove it to me, show me what you got, and then we can critique it to the way that we like, and then you take it back and you fix it based off of what the audience wants and likes. Like, why are you you've been relying on these people who have been getting it wrong for years? Listen to the audience. I know you're gonna have to show us what you got, but don't keep trying to fix it if you don't even know what the problems are. You can't make this perfect pie. I'm using a pie as but like, you can't make this, oh, I made this perfect pie, and you set it on the windowsill. We smell it and we come and, oh, we want pie. You take it and say, it's not right. It's blueberry, or it's peach, or it's this, or it's that. And I'm gonna fix it the way that you like. No, let me taste it. Oh, this tastes like peaches. I want apples. Give me apples. You see what I'm saying?
So you're saying that they should. So you're saying instead of getting it right, trying to get it right on their own, they should let us see it and tell them what needs to be done to it, and then they go do that. Which
and you don't
that's
have
a
to show
great,
the whole thing.
no, that's a great concept. I mean, that's a great idea, of course, in a perfect world. But I think budget, money, they can't do it. I mean, they've got to put it all into this production, and that production has to either make that money back and then some, or they've lost money, and they're getting loans, they're getting investments. They got all these people backing this shit, producing this thing just to put it forward as a rough draft. They won't do that. They have to get it right. That's why they wait and they wait and they wait, because they put all that money into it. It's got to make money after that first run, or they lose money and they can't get more to do it again. No one's going to give them more money to do it twice.
Right, but don't you think that by them taking it back and trying to fix it themselves is costing them the same amount of money as if they would release 10-minute clip, show us, say, LA, you guys like this, and then go from there?
No,
Definitely not.
They're in the business of making. They're in the business of making money, and they're in the business of entertaining. So when you look at entertainment, you're going to say, what's the most I can get for the least amount I can put out and still make a profit? Because you got to remember, they got to make a profit too. So if they don't make a profit, it's not going to be worth them doing in any iteration. No matter what idea you come up with, how they should do it, no matter what crazy scheme anybody in this world has, if it doesn't turn a profit, they're not going to do it for long, if at all.
And the problem with them doing a like you're saying, even a 10-minute segment or like a little trailer, a little example, and then it being shit or whatever and everyone hating it, is they put that out there, and then they've put that bad taste on that name of that product, and they don't want to do that either. So even though we're gonna take it back and fix it, but everyone's like, oh, that whatever, Batman 8, what I saw, that 10 minutes, that shit sucked, and then in their mind, Batman 8's gonna suck. Then they have
to fix that.
Say what now?
I said, what if they can't fix it? You know what I mean?
If they, if you can't fix it, then like with Batgirl, or like with, then they save a shit ton of money by not putting it out. Because I guess putting it out costs a lot of money in itself. You got distribution, you got marketing, you got all the billions of dollars, whatever, millions of dollars.
Yeah, you got everything. Yeah, you got everything. And on top of that, like I said, they're in the business of the more people watch it, the more money they make. It has to be successful. When we lost Justice League, the cartoon on Cartoon Network, we lost it over a toy line. People loved the cartoon. They flocked to it. They were watching it in droves, and it did really well. It was the toy line that didn't do well, and it got canceled because of toys. The toys didn't sell. They didn't make any money off the toys.
Right. But it makes you wonder how, well, I guess it costs less to do sitcoms, but it makes you wonder, why do sitcoms who don't sell these toys do so well, as opposed to these superheroes that we're into, that the nerd culture is into? Like, we have to sell toys in order to get what we want. You see what I'm saying? Like in other genres of movies and murder mysteries, you don't have to sell the murder mystery. You don't have to sell the knives or the toys or the mask for it to be a success. Why is it that our shows have to be, we bought all the toys in order for it to be a success?
Because these companies that do these movies and, comics, Disney, Star Wars, those companies, they're toy company, they're merchandising companies. They're first. The movies are fucking ways to sell their shit. They learned a long time ago that merchandising is making way more money than a movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're making a little bit of money off a movie. Merchandising,
they build the brand, then they distribute the merchandise,
and it keeps on giving and keeps on giving and keeps on giving. They can keep putting out merch. Look at this today. Look at right now. They got a new toy that comes out, and it's Luke Skywalker figure from the 1978 movie, and they're still selling fucking Luke Skywalker figures from A New Hope, still to this day in 2023. So that's what I mean. Like, that's their bread and butter. So yeah, of course that's what they're going for. But yeah, budgets are crazy. Slim Jim Longfoot brings up Rebel Moon, man, and I'm excited too. I want to touch on that. I don't know if you guys, Stu, about Rebel Moon. It's Zack Snyder's was going to be a Star Wars movie,
project.
Yeah, but he lost the rights or whatever, or they said no, we're not going to use it or whatever. But he's taking that same script and just I think he's even keeping the title. I think it was going to be called Rebel Moon for the Star Wars movie, which would have been a great Star Wars title. But yeah, so it's this totally Star Wars-esque type space opera type movie. That's its own new thing. And I think, Zack Snyder has taken his world building to another level for this movie right now. Spacefaring, fantasy, epic, split into 2 parts on Netflix, is now going to consist of an animated series, an animated comic book, a narrative podcast, all set prior to the events of the film. So I love that shit. Like I love lore dumps. I love you know what I mean, prequels, and like when you see a movie and you hear about all this stuff in the movie and the characters talk about stuff, and then you get to go back and see that. Like that's what the Star Wars prequels were to me. Like it was putting, on the screen everything they talked about or mentioned in the original movies. But yeah, he says, Snyder says, I'm the gatekeeper of what's possible. He said, I'm the only one who knows where the whole story is going, and I do have it all mapped. He said, and I do have it mapped all the way. He said during an interview that he did with a new issue of Total Film, which hits shelves next week. He said, we're doing a narrative podcast, an animated comic book, an animated series, and they all take place before the events of the movie. So you can start to understand the vastness of the mythology that we've been working on. That's wildly ambitious. Like that's very, you know what I'm saying? Because if this movie sucks, which it could, this movie could be ass. I mean, the footage I've seen, bro, it could go either way.
It could.
I've been fooled by it. It could go either way.
Yeah, definitely find out next month. When does it come out? Like 22nd or something like that? 23rd, 27th, 23rd, somewhere around there.
I got December. Part 1 comes out December 22nd, and then part 2 comes out April 19th, 2024.
Okay.
Yeah. Part 1 is going to be called Children of Fire, and part 2 is going to be called The Scar Giver. And he said the world is very the co-writer Kurt Johnstad said that the Rebel Moon feature, the movie itself, is just the tip of the iceberg. He said the world is very, very detailed and fleshed out. He said there's hundreds and hundreds of pages of documents and mythology and methodology and lore. The timeline goes back 800 years from the movies. So this is like Game of Thrones level, you know what I'm saying, lore. Going back damn near a grand. And he said that even extends to a 12-foot whiteboard in the writer's room featuring the Rebel Moon timeline in all its glory. There's a ruler with inches underneath that the whiteboard, he said, and the 2 movies are literally 2 or 3 inches of that entire 12-foot span. So if you get what I'm saying, so it's like a 12-foot long whiteboard, and it's sectioned off by 1-inch little chunks, the whole 12 feet. And the movies are just like this much of it. So all that is more content, is what he's saying. It's a lot of shit, basically, outside of these movies. So that's dope. If it ends up being a good movie, then there's going to be lots to sink your teeth into, so to speak. The I think the comic, the wait, what is it? There is, bro, there's an issue. No, that's not the comic. That's the magazine. No, there's no. Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. My bad. There's no word on when the comic's coming out. But yeah, comic, dude, animation, podcast. Yeah, Rebel Moon's about to be sick, bro.
I hope so, bro. I really do, because I've been waiting for some good sci-fi. We haven't had any lately.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean like adult, like this is like adult heavy metal 2000, heavy metal 1980 something sci-fi that we got going on here. This is like that, like 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 a mix between that and something like Space Pirates. But
Right.
I can't wait.
Ice
I
Pirates,
can't
wasn't
wait.
it? Or Space
Yeah,
Pirates?
Ice
Was it
Pirate.
Ice
Yeah,
Pirates?
yeah, Ice Pirates. Yeah, Ice Pirates.
Was it Ice Pirates? I don't
Yeah,
know.
Ice Pirates was a movie. Space
Yeah,
Pirates, Ice
okay.
Pirates. You had what's the one with Molly Ringwald? It was one with Molly Ringwald. What was that
Word?
one? Yeah, bro, where is mine? It was dope. I was a kid. I used to love that movie. I got it on Blu-ray too. What the hell? Hold on, I got that joint, man. Hold on 1 second. I got it.
While you looking for that, while you looking for that, if you guys were fans of the Superman show, Superman and Lois, the Arrowverse spinoff will end after its fourth season, so that joint's over. But the showrunners expressed gratitude to the fans for their support. Hang on, somebody click clackety. But yeah, the show takes place in a separate universe from the Arrowverse, which allowed for its own continuity without the connections, which I thought Superman and Lois, out of all those shows, was the only one that was watchable for me. Again, I can't do CW. I just don't like network TV. For me, it just seems like I don't know. I don't want to bash it because I know people love it, but it's just not for me. And the cancellation may be due to cost-cutting measures and its inability to fit into James Gunn's upcoming DC franchise. That's really what it's about. They're basically trying to abolish everything that's not this new Gunverse or Elseworlds, which we're going to talk about in a second here. So Superman and Lois, launched as an Arrowverse spinoff, and but it wasn't in the Arrowverse. And the characters, the actors, those characters first appeared in Supergirl and the Flash's Elseworlds episodes, respectively. But Superman and Lois season 2 finale revealed the series takes place in a separate universe, which sort of paved the way for future seasons to follow its own continuity without connections to the Arrowverse. Unfortunately, Superman and Lois only continues for 2 more seasons after that. So, as the CW announced the show would, end after its 10-episode final season, after reports of the Superman and Lois season 4 release date being delayed, the network confirmed that the show will not return in 2024. So yeah, that's sad. I know a lot of people are going to be bummed by that because people love that show, dude.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, Superman and
But
Lois.
CW's cutting a lot of fat with the shows, man. And not because
because
they're
they're
bad
making way
shows.
for Gunn. No, they're making. It's not if it don't connect
No,
with
right,
Gunn.
yeah, right. They're not doing it right.
They're
Yeah,
cutting it.
that's what I was getting to. Yeah, and it's sad because we gotta.
Because they're good.
Superman Lois
There's
was
some
good.
good ones.
That shit was
Some good
good.
ones.
Superman Lois was good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. Can't lie.
And the Flash was way better than what we got in the movies. The CW's Flash.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
CW Flash killed. They killed it. They killed it with that, man. You can't
The
take
only
anything
thing
away
that
from
they did
CW
wrong
Flash.
was like season 3 or season 4, and it was like repetitive after season 4. It was like, come on, give me. It was exactly the same, It's like, give me something else, bro.
Right.
Right. Well, because
Yeah.
they were reworking the characters. They were using the same actors to play different characters, but it was the same actor, but a different character. Yeah. But it was good. It was still better than anything Flash we ever got. Besides that joint that came in the 90s. We still haven't got anything better yet. Movie wise or TV show wise.
Yeah, speaking of that, Norin Rad, we're gonna get into Echo Monday, man, because that's another female character, and coincidentally, Prey is an indigenous female character, Native American, and so a lot of people, me too, man, because it was, and Echo looks great. Again, I don't want to get too much into it because it's DC show, but it does look great, and yeah, we're gonna definitely get into it Monday, but it's about an
the
indigenous
movie was
character,
called
Echo.
Space Hunter. Yeah, the movie was called Space Hunter. Space
Hmm.
Hunter and the Adventures in the Forbidden Zone.
Yeah, but yeah, Echo. It looks like it's part of a new. It's part of a new imprint that is. It's a new MC. It's a new thing. It's the first. It's the first project in the new imprint, right? So it's going to be something different. It looks almost like the level of like a Peacemaker type show as far as the violence, the quality, versus what we've gotten so far for MCU shit. So it's definitely something Marvel has not done before. And a lot of people are going to mistake the fact because it is a female character, and then they're going to think, oh, person of color. They're going to think, oh, this is going to be more wokery, more SJW bullshit. It is absolutely not.
I hope it's not, man. I really hope that they don't ruin it like that.
Indigenous culture, Native Americans, none of that shit is woke. There's nothing woke about it. It's not woke. It's not. There's even a couple of great shows going on right now. That you got Dark Winds, you've got Bones for Crows or Bones of Crows. You got that movie just dropped. Leonardo DiCaprio, that was dope. The show 1923. So it's a lot of Native American stuff going on right now that and it is not woke. And great female protagonists, I love. Ahsoka was a great example of a good female protagonist. That is a recent thing. So you can't. Don't let Echo fall in that category for you where you're gonna turn it off because you think it's some wokery. It's not. It's definitely something that is gonna be different. But again, I don't want to dive too into that.
Oh, all right, you said it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
We'll wait till Monday. We'll dive into it.
yeah. But while disappointing, before I jump too deep, I forgot because we were talking about Invincible, and Stu wanted to show the Omni-Man Mortal Kombat trailer. So let me get that real quick while we just was talking about Invincible. I don't want to get slammed by BoobTube, so I gotta be careful. I think we'll probably do it with the sound off. Let me find it.
So we don't need sound for that one. We
Nah,
don't need sound. No,
word.
No, I gotta hear it. Finish him. I gotta hear that, bro.
Sorry, can't do. All right, wait a minute. There we go. Bink, bink. Cloud. All right, let me see if I can get this. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. Share, bing bong. Add to the show. Bing, bing. There you go. All right, let's bump it. The realms are mine. All right, so sound off. Yeah, Omni-Man, bro. He's a dope character. I think way more powerful than Homelander. He's definitely more powerful than Homelander.
Oh yeah.
He's
Oh, hands down.
solo Homelander.
Oh, hands down.
But yeah, no question. He solos Homelander. I don't even think they are comparable. They're not. But yeah, it's Omni-Man really fits. I don't know if Homelander fits, or maybe Homelander fits better. Maybe Omni-Man is too powerful for the Mortal Kombat world. I don't know.
Not
don't
really,
know.
because they're from different realms, so they do have the capacity to be, once they cross into another world, to be powerful or just as powerful as somebody powerful in their own realm.
Right.
Just
Or
like
the realm that
Mortal
they
Kombat versus DC.
Right. Well, you mean
The video
the
game. Remember they made the video game of Mortal
Injustice?
Kombat? No, Mortal Kombat
Oh
versus
yeah,
there was
they
Mortal
did.
Kombat
DC.
versus DC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was different than Injustice, right? That wasn't even the same characters from Injustice, was it?
No, I mean it had
No,
I don't think they had Joker, but I think they had all the heroes.
Joker was in it.
Yeah, they had all the
Joker was
heroes.
in it. The Mortal Kombat
Mm,
versus DC Universe was actually supposed to be Injustice, but what happened? They didn't get the green light. It was
right.
it was a thing with Xbox and PlayStation, and they had to change the game midway through the game. So it was a Mortal Kombat game. Actually it was a DC game that they thought that wouldn't sell. So what they did was they added the Mortal Kombat fighters to it to sell it, and it sold. But Ed Boon said it killed the sales for the next Mortal Kombat. So he was like, "Look,
Mm,
we can't do Mortal Kombat mixed with this thing because you can't do fatalities. Mortal Kombat's ultra violent, and it took away from what we built. So they made another game. He said we already know it'll be successful, and that's how they got the green light for Injustice. So it's like, look, we'll just make a game with just the DC heroes and keep Mortal Kombat separate. Which after he came out with the next Mortal Kombat, it was super ultra violent, which pushed that up in the air further. And then that's how we got DC. I mean, that's how we got Injustice. And they wrote their own story. They did their own. They went to DC. DC wrote a story for them, a storyline for it, and everything. And that's how we got it. There's gonna be an
oh,
Injustice 3. They keep hinting at it, but they just haven't given us anything yet.
right.
Yeah, I would love to see more, DC versus Marvel, DC versus like those were like it was actually a pretty cool game.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved it. I loved being able to play as those characters, man, in a video game. It's always cool. But my favorite is still gonna be Marvel vs. Capcom, but again, this DC show, so I won't get into it. But yeah, that's my joint.
Let's check out Omni Man here. Who's he beating up here?
Yeah, he's whooping on he's whooping on my boy Kung Lao.
Kung Lao.
My mains
Yeah,
are Kenshi. My mains are Kenshi and Kung Lao, and he rocks with both of them on this trailer. There goes Kenshi right there, and Kenshi's back. That's what's dope. He was in the last Mortal Kombat. He's in this. He's back in this one. So that's fucking super. I'm super happy about it. He's super fun to play with. Super. I love the move sets in this one, man. It's really a good one. Yeah, there's Kung Lao getting yoked.
Yes,
Wow, he hulks him. He Hulk Loki's him.
these are all his moves from the cartoon that he's doing.
Right.
Right there, bow. Look, boom, bam, dang. Look, he's using the
Yeah.
super speed. Look,
Hold through his chest.
snap the spine. Yeah,
Yeah.
look. Yeah, these are all his cartoon moves here that he's using.
Yeah.
See how he's
Look
dodging the
how he
punches?
dodging.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cold. That's cold. Here goes fatalities.
Yeah, remember this?
Oh,
That was
remember
the
how he beat?
Invincible beatdown. Yeah,
Yep,
that was
that's
the
beat.
Invincible
Yep,
beatdown.
yep.
Now, wait a minute. Wait. We still got one more cartoon thing to do.
Oh yeah, from this is when he
Yeah, look.
put him in
Bang,
the
bang,
train.
bang, bang. Yeah, put him on the train like he did his son.
He's showing Invincible. Really, he's not hurting
Invincible
Invincible here. He's just
fatality.
hurt. He's just hurting.
Look,
I thought it was a bus that he put him through.
Nah, subway.
now it was a
Subway
train.
train.
It was a
Yeah,
subway.
subway. Yeah,
Yeah.
subway. Yeah, he puny gods him. Look, puny god. Remember what Hulk did to Loki? He takes Raiden and puny
Yeah.
gods him. Oh wow, look,
Yeah,
he
right there.
just
All of those,
ground.
all of those are moves from the
Yeah,
yeah. Those are all moves
grind
from
what?
the cartoon.
Look, watch. Blam, grinds him across the
Man,
ground. That's dope. Wait, let me get
that's
this
what he
off.
did to
Let me
Immortal.
move
He
that.
did that
So
to
y'all.
Immortal. Yeah, that's the move he
Yeah,
did on Immortal.
yeah. Let me run that back one time. Y'all can see that one time. That shit cold as fuck.
Yes, yeah, go, man. Yeah.
Hold on, let me run it one more time. Let me get the thing out the way. There you go. Now y'all can see it.
Yeah, he's giving him work, man. Listen.
Who's the Earth Ninja?
That's
Who's the Rock Ninja?
that's what's your name from Mortal Kombat 10. What was his name?
I remember him. He
He
was like
wasn't he wasn't a ninja. He was a what the hell was his name, man? It's on the tip of my tongue. His
there he
name was
is.
something like
That's dope. Damn, he's like a lava rock ninja.
It was
All right, so you got
Is that
Quan.
not Scorpion?
You got no, that wasn't Scorpion. You seen that? A Tremor. Thank you.
Trimmer. Thank you, Nora Rat. Yeah. Thank you, because I was
I couldn't.
struggling there.
It was on the tip of my. I knew it was something like that, man. Rock something, Quake. Yeah, Tremor. That's what it was.
Quake.
No, it was Trimmer.
All right.
No, it was Trimmer.
Yeah. And you got Quan Chi up there. You got Peacemaker. You got, and I don't know why they got Homelander up above. Like he's the cold one. It definitely Omni-Man needs to be the one floating amongst above everybody. But I guess they got him out front. So Taka, is that Taka over there on the right?
Yeah, that's Takata. You got Homelander. Yeah, you got Homelander, Takata, Quan Chi,
Peacemaker and
Peacemaker, Omni-Man. I mean,
Ermac.
Takeda. Yeah, Takeda. Ermac.
Ermac,
Yeah,
right there.
Ermac.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Ermac. It throws
Takeda
you
is
off.
also another favorite. Takeda is another favorite that everybody liked. Everybody
Yeah.
loved Takeda, man.
Yeah.
He was in Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man, that shit looks real dope. I can't wait to play Omni-Man.
You and me both. And me
Yeah,
both.
bro.
I gotta go online and give out some work.
Okay.
Omni-Man.
You know what I mean? But yeah, speaking of when I was talking about the DC network, the different imprints and stuff, and them doing the Elseworlds and different universes, and the DC multiverse basically is gonna get a lot bigger because Elseworlds is returning. If you're unfamiliar or familiar with this highly imaginative line of out of continuity comics, then you know how exciting this announcement is because it's fucking dope. If you're not familiar, don't worry. If you're not familiar with Elseworlds, in fact, you've come to the right place because I'm gonna break it down for you. What is this imprint? Why is it such a big deal? And allow us to fill you in. Stu, are you familiar with Elseworlds? How much do you guys know about Elseworlds? How versed are you in it?
They have a lot of
right.
issues in comics, but they just did a
Yeah, I was
movie.
getting ready to say, yeah.
It's on HBO.
Comics, yeah, I can tell you, I can go through some things, but as far as like movies or anything else, I'm pretty just as well versed as anybody sitting here. But the comics, that's my joint.
Yeah. Elseworlds is a DC imprint that takes all your favorite heroes, and villains, and puts them in new settings. It's almost like Marvel's What If in a way. Not really. But an Elseworlds story takes place outside of continuity. So it allows DC writers to get creative and explore concepts like Batman fighting Jack the Ripper in the 19th century, or the Justice League protecting feudal Japan. And not only does this allow creators to experiment with classic characters, but it also gives new readers a great entry point. And since Elseworlds comics take place outside of traditional continuity, you don't need to know anything about the DC universe before reading it. You don't have to know anything about the character, the story, nothing. It's all self-contained, and so
self-contained.
Yep. Yeah. And what's the difference between
the first one they ever did was Gotham by Gaslight.
Yeah.
And that was what, like back in the 80s? It was like the late 80s.
And they just did an animated.
That was like Reno said, right? And that was like Reno said, that was Batman hunting Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually have done a lot of them on HBO. They've done Gaslight, they've done Elseworlds, they've done like a few others, man.
Yeah.
Like Doom was considered Elseworld, right? In the comics?
Doom Patrol? Yeah.
No, not Doom. The Tower of Babel, or the Tower of Babel. That comic run, was that Elseworld too?
I think so.
No, it
Then
wasn't.
they
The ones that
Let's
I
look.
know of, are Gotham by Gaslight, Batman the Barbarian, Dark Knights of Steel. There was a Green Lantern joint. There was a Batman Nightfire by Clay. No, Nightfire, something like that. Nightfire, it was by Clay and Seth Man. I know that, but I think it was either Nightfire or Fire Knight, something like that. And then my personal favorite, which made me mad, but also I liked it, but it pissed me off at the same time, which is DC Vampires versus DC versus Vampires, which pissed me off, but I liked it at the same time.
Why did
I
it piss
liked
you off?
Because the way the whole thing went down, bro. Like, all right, like the whole time, Green Lantern was a vampire, but nobody knew. But he was working for the King Vampire, but he was secretly taking out Justice Leaguers, and nobody could figure out like who was doing it. And then when Batman finally figured it out, it was kind of too late. And then when Batman, confronted everybody, he had this big argument to try to prove, but he had already turned Wonder Woman into a vampire and made her like his vampire wife. He killed the Flash because they told him if Flash became a vampire, he would destroy the whole world. Like, dude, because Flash has that super metabolism, so he has to constantly eat and things like that
Right.
to keep his
Yeah.
energy up. So they were like, no, you got to kill this dude because if he becomes a vampire, not only will he kill everybody in the world, but he'll kill the vampires too because he's gonna need something to live, and we won't be able to stop him. He's fast now; he'll be even faster as a vampire and unstoppable. So what pissed me off about it was um, they kind of brought Damien to the forefront of the whole thing. He was made a vampire, but he didn't want to be a vampire, so he was the only one that resisted the whole vampire lore. Like he was a vampire, but he resisted, whereas in Wonder Woman couldn't resist, and she's a
Bro,
demigod. So I understand how the hell you could have made her a vampire. It just pisses you off. It was good. Don't get me wrong. It was excellent. It was one of the most. It was one of the. I read every issue
the
of
artwork
DC versus
though.
bro,
Vampires.
look at this.
The
Look
artwork
at
was
this.
the bomb. The
The
covers
Dude.
alone.
covers.
Look
If
at
you
this
didn't buy that
toy.
for anything else other than the covers, you were wrong. And I'm getting that when it comes out.
It's at my Walmart right now for $19.99.
Like
You
I
better
said, I'm
order
getting
it.
it
and
when it comes
they
out.
do
Well,
actually
listen,
have
man.
that story.
Why don't you go to Walmart and pick one up so I can come down there and get
Pick
it.
two of them up.
Yeah, just
I
go
think
get one. I'll come down and get it. Give me about 2 weeks. I'll be down in about 2 weeks to come get it. I appreciate you.
Okay, all right, yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I think there's two of them in there too. But yeah, it looks
No, I'm
fucking
being
dope.
dead serious. I'll
I
be
I
got
down in
that
don't.
like
book.
2 weeks to come get it. You get it.
Yeah, the book is
Yeah, I
sick.
got that cover. I got that book and that cover. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
But like I said, if you read DC versus Vampire, it makes you mad. But at the same time, it's entertaining. Because some of the
Yeah, I
main
like
heroes
it.
you think they're gonna survive, they die. You're like,
Yeah.
damn, they did such and such. Oh, like you hate it, but at the same time, you can't hate it because it's such a good story, bro. Like it's one of those stories that piss you off, but it
Well,
entertains you at the same time. I thoroughly
well,
enjoyed it.
what to break down the difference between a typical Elseworld story and regular DC multiverse story. If you want to get technical about it, there's really no difference between an Elseworld story and any story that takes place on another world in multiverse. Deceased, right, could have been an Elseworld story. Same with Dark Knights of Steel that recently came out, where they were in like medieval times, and in fact that is soon going to come back under the Elseworlds line with a new miniseries called Dark Knights of Steel All Winter. And the spirit of Elseworlds has remained alive at DC through, throughout the whole time, through, definitely out of continuity projects. So I think it feels only suiting that DC is bringing back the imprint that got the ball rolling. And, a lot of the movies that we're gonna get are gonna be part of the Elseworlds imprint as far as like the
And I
Batman,
agree with that, Reno. I
Matt
agree with that,
Reeves.
Reno. Not to cut
I
you
love it.
off or anything,
The
but
Joker.
I agree with that, Reno. Yeah,
Me too.
I agree that
Oh, you
those
agree with
should
what I'm
be.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that because I agree with that all of these movies that we get for DC should be Elseworlds publications and they should be alternate realities
Yep.
that are established outside of the regular DC continuity. Because
Yeah.
what we have in DC's continuity is made, it's in stone, it's dope. To go and get Hollywood to change it and make it with it that's what pisses people off. But if you just
Yeah.
tell us from the grip, it's Elseworlds and it's not the comp, but it is, we accept it better. It's more acceptable to us, you know,
Yeah.
rather than us just saying, well, that ain't what really happened. You're trying to tell the story, but you ain't telling it right. Like when they told Batman Begins, all right, you told the story about Ra's al Ghul, but that ain't how Ra's al Ghul really is.
Yeah.
And then you brought in Bane, but that
They
ain't
don't.
Bane's a
They
boss.
make up their own shit.
Bane's no henchman. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bane is no henchman. He's a boss. He owns his own island, Santa Prisca. What the, like? Please, you're not even scratching the surface. So
Any Latino.
thank you,
So
thank you,
you know, but yeah,
thank you.
I that's what I'm saying, and it's dope because and what this suggests, this recent influx is that DC is now more committed to these kind of stories than ever before. Over the past few decades, you guys might have expected to see Elseworld stories, Elseworld like stories come up every now and then, but with the return of Elseworlds, now it's coming back. You can expect several each year. Because the first Elseworld story, and there's a few ways to answer what the first story was. Because if you want to be technical, DC has been playing with the concept of out of continuity tales since 1942's Superman number 19. And that issue had a story called Superman Matinee Idol, where Clark and Lois go to a theater and see an episode of the Fleischer Superman cartoon series that was dope at the time. And the story was like tongue in cheek and clearly not meant to be in continuity. And although DC, had published stories where the characters' adventures were revealed to be dreams, this was the first explicit case of a story that was written to take place outside of canon while the characters were awake. You know what I'm saying? And then when it was reprinted in 1966's Superman number 183, it was referred to as DC's first imaginary story. Imaginary stories were the precursor to Elseworlds. And I mean imaginary stories as in like that's what they called it. And throughout the Silver Age, DC published a variety of the imaginary stories, which saw their heroes go through unusual status quo changes. A lot of them, like the amazing story of Superman Red and Superman Blue. You might know, published in 1963's Superman number 162, where you had Superman splitting into two separate heroes who went to solve most of the problems. And everything changes in 1989 when Batman by Gotham by Gaslight, the one that Stu mentioned as the first one, which technically, the one shot placed the Dark Knight in the Victorian era times, as he matched wits with Jack the Ripper. And the success of the story inspired DC to then create the Elseworlds imprint. So technically, it wasn't even Elseworlds yet. But then Gotham by Gaslight was reprinted. It was reprinted on the Elseworlds label, and then technically making it the first Elseworlds title. So the first comic to feature the Elseworlds logo, however, was Batman Holy Terror, published in 1991,
Yes.
which is a graphic novel that features Bruce Wayne as a reverend in an alternate version of America. And then you've got some very big popular ones like Kingdom Come. That was a hugely popular DC joint that was an Elseworlds. It's an alternate future of DC universe where some of the best Alex Ross artwork that you'll ever lay your eyes on is not only one of the best Elseworlds stories, but it's also one of the best DC stories.
Stories ever.
Period.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I actually
And
have the actually had a comic. I actually got it
yeah,
somewhere
yeah,
around here.
yeah, it's like it's a mini series. And again, Alex Ross. I mean, that's your boy that did them Daredevils and Kingpins right there. But what else? I got a few Alex Ross. I got a Thanos. I got a Doom.
Yeah, I got a Wolverine.
I got a Galactus. Y'all check these out. This is the man right here, Alex Ross. This is like the what's your boy's name? Norman Rockwell.
John James. Oh, okay.
He's like the Norman Rockwell of comics. That's Galactus, that's Doom. But like his drawings, his paintings are like super, I don't want to say realistic, but yeah, compared to like comics, there's Kingpin. But like, yeah, like a Norman.
I got an Alex Ross painting.
I've got an Alex Ross sketch cover. It's signed and numbered.
Dope.
Yeah, I got that. I buy his covers. I buy his paintings like that, the comic covers. But I buy the paintings. Instead of the comic covers, I just buy the paintings that he does and sells on his website.
I think it's in that
But
box.
I try to catch them all. Yeah, you gotta catch them, but they're not cheap. They definitely.
Yo, peace, Johnny Quest. He got to go back to work, Stu. I know you got to go back to work too.
Yeah, I gotta roll too, man. Should I catch y'all Monday?
All right, fam. All right, man. Be safe. Be safe.
All right. Peace out.
See you Monday. See you Monday. Yeah, man. So you got what? Justice League, The Nail, which gave you how different, might the DC universe be due just to one nail, right? A very different if that nail gave Jonathan and Martha Kent a flat tire, preventing them from finding baby Kal-El's rocket. Decades later, and the DC universe is a world without Superman. So yeah, it's just called The Nail. You got Superman Red Sun, which we talk about all the time. Black Heroes. I think that was Toy Goon. But yeah, we talk about Red Sun, which is phenomenal, taking things a step further. You got Red Sun, which sort of asks, what if Superman's rocket landed in Soviet era Ukraine, and he grew up, to become a USSR champion, right, instead of an American hero, which is super good story. Golden Age, Speeding Bullets. Oh, Speeding Bullets. Speeding Bullets is what if Kal-El, baby Kal-El, had been found by Thomas Martha Wayne in what do you call it, in Gotham instead of Smallville. So that's Superman in the Batman costume. There's his logo and shit. It's sort of Batman and Superman in one. I like how the mask covers his entire face. Looks really cool. Let me blow that up for y'all real quick. But yeah, I love this. I love this one.
Super bad.
Yeah, man, super Batman. There it is. But yeah, I got a few joints. We got so I've been dying to get Thomas Wayne, as y'all probably have heard me say a million times. I've been trying to get this damn Thomas Wayne figure with the mask, but I want the real one, the full joint. But this is the little mini joint. It's Flashpoint, the comic, but it's called a page puncher. So it's Todd McFarlane's bright idea of selling a comic book with a little toy, a little, figurine. Yes, it is.
What happened to the full size figure with the comic book?
Right. Well, he has those too. He's got some of those too. But these are just the little ones. This was cool too. I love Joker. That's my man. Joker's my favorite villain, so I had to snag this one. But I'm not really a fan of these little mini joints. I just grabbed it just because it's Joker and it's Thomas Wayne. Two of my favorite characters, and I saw them up there on the Walmart on the shelf. I snagged them. But some of y'all might be here to see the review about these new G.I. Joe figures, and we can definitely get into it. I will definitely let y'all see this one first. That is Jody Shooter. So if y'all know about G.I. Joe's first roster of I think it's 14 guys, or is it 13? Yeah, the original 13 characters. They made 13 characters, and on the first comic book, they showed 13 a row of screens, 7 screens, but well, there were 2. It was 14 screens, okay, because there was one on top of each other, one on top of another, and to make an even number, it had to be 14. So they had 7 screens, but they only had 13 characters. So in the 14th screen, they just had it blanked out with like a silhouette and the word shooter. And that was that character. And they never talked about the character, didn't show it later. So later, to sort of, I guess make a joke, they added this character in the comics, Jody Shooter, and she is a dope sniper and really great sculpt. She came with a few different headpieces that have some cool different looks to them. One has a gas mask. The shoes are really cool. I like that they gave her some kind of like sneakers, kind of like but yeah, has a really dope style to it. I like how the comes with a little pistol, comes with her little knife right here. She could pull it out right there. So I got her like she's getting ready to pull that joint out. She got her sniper rifle, of course. Comes with a dope back piece that she could throw it on her back. Real well made. So definitely happy with this one. Not so happy with this one. And I'm going to tell you why. Because just like this, he's dope. So this is Chuckles. Y'all know Chuckles. He was that character that when you got him for Christmas, you were really pissed off. And you looked at your mom like, why did you get me this guy? He's not a ninja. He's not cool. What is this? But we grow up and we learn to enjoy the finer, appreciate the finer points. All right. So Chuckles is the Jason Bourne of G.I. Joe, right? He's a super spy kind of dude. And so they gave him a cool, he's got the cool strap joint. He's got his little briefcase with some files and shit. And that's cool. They charged damn near double price. He's like twice as much as just a regular figure, because he came out in San Diego Comic-Con, and they gave you all this load of crap that tries to justify it. Little cheap plastic handcuffs and, cool. It's cool. Like it's like a little file folder looking thing. It's cool. But to charge me for an entire extra figure, because what? Why? I don't understand. And he came with another couple of things, couple of different hands. I like that he has here. He's got some brass knuckle hands you can put. And the camera's kind of foggy, but there you can see he's got brass knuckles. He's got a cool little gold watch. The details are cool. But honestly, man, the amount of crap that they gave you with him, it's just not it does not justify the cost of an extra figure, I will tell you. Not even a little bit. But not upset with it, This guy right here, super happy with the figure. We talked about him the other day, though. Not happy again with the stuff he came with. It's crap. The little glasses. Oh yeah, this guy he comes with. I forgot. He comes with headphones, and some glasses that don't even begin to be able to be applied to the toy. You can't even balance them on his face. I don't even know what they were thinking, why they added that in, but who knows, man. This guy, I got this motorcycle. This is a Marvel Legends Wolverine toy that came with this motorcycle. So y'all know the Dreadnoks are bikers, and definitely had to grab and apply some of these, and they look great. Here is another one. This one came with the Punisher. And I found out they're identical. They're the exact same bike except this part. Hold on. Except the handlebars. They're identical. It's the same exact bike with a different paint job. It's even got the same like little license plate is under there, but this one has these saddlebags, and then they put the flat handlebars on it. But you could easily pop those off. You could easily pop those off and throw on these more chopper style joints, and they just are more biker-y chopper style. If you like, want them to look like, dreadnoughts, bikers and shit. So what I'm gonna do, Buzzer's coming, or we got Buzzer here. We got Buzzer. Ripper's coming next. Ripper's about to be shipped probably next month, if not this month, and he will get this bike. I'm gonna get another one of these. I'm gonna paint flames right here, and when I get Torch, he's gonna sit on that joint. This bike here came with Blade, a Toy Biz Blade, and I got it from eBay. I got all these little bikes from eBay without the figure. You could go on eBay, and sometimes people are selling the figure and the bike separately. Yeah, so I grabbed this one. It's really post-apocalyptic-y looking, and I got her just kind of chilling on it. But it is smaller. It's Toy Biz, not Marvel Legends, and I didn't realize how small it was going to be. So when it came, I was like, okay, that's definitely going to have to be Zorana's, because it's too small for a male figure. But works great for Zorana. All right, so that's, I think, it for the toy review. But yeah, it does. It fits. It almost looks like bikes that Zartan or one of them guys would have, or Xanda, or Zorana, or the brother. All from eBay. You just go on eBay. But my man's Johnny Quest Gaming sent me a link to, oh man, these are crazy. There's no way, dog. So there's these are little, all right, little motorcycles. Let me see. I'm gonna pull these up right now. These shits are like half the price, dog, and they're like full-fledged detail. Oh my god, I'm about to order fucking 6 of these. Are you kidding? Hold on, let me show y'all this shit. Let me show y'all this shit, dog, before I lose my shit. All right, boom. Yeah, y'all gonna love this shit, bro. Hold on. Yeah, these are like full detailed, like real. They look like real motorcycles, like not toys. They don't look like, Hold on, why didn't it go to my cart? Because I'm not signed in. Tool. But yeah, they look like real motorcycles, man. And beautifully detailed. I think they're even die cast. They're metal. They're fucking metal, dog. Damn.
Treat yourself. Pick one up.
Damn. I'm trying to get logged in. Hold on. I'm trying to remember what my damn password is, because I never have to do this on my fucking phone. Stupid shit. All right, there we go.
What up, Raw Talk?
Where's Raw Talk?
Popped up in the chat.
Oh, what up, y'all? He says, you got the link, I think. You should have. Oh, you on the road? Yeah, man. You can hop in, bro. We still chopping it up, man. Come on in. All right, here we go. Look at this. I can't believe it, my friend. Listen, so these bikes, I'm not even gonna tell y'all, man. They cost a lot of money. They were not cheap. They were not cheap, and these fucking are, and they look 10 times doper. I'm like blown away right now. I mean, look at that. That's looks like a real. I mean, that's legit.
What does that say? $17?
Yeah, dog.
Ain't bad.
It ain't bad. That shit is like it's like a third of what I paid for these shits. These plastic bullshit. I'm pissed. I can't believe it. But man, I am so happy to have found these joints. Well, I not found. Shout out again to my man Johnny Quest Gaming for hooking that up. No, 17 is beautiful, bro. 17 is I'm about to buy several. This is crazy.
What's going on, fellas?
Raw talk, salute.
Chilling,
And raw talk. Oh, look at the one with the
before you purchase
fire.
I got all that shit.
Son, no, but look, son, with the fire, with the flames, yo, look at that. That's for torch. For torch.
Oh, that's the only one I don't have. What? That's in my ass though.
Huh? $15 on
nah.
Nah?
I ain't that. Like anything that's not Mayasto or something like that, I don't mess with because I don't know if that's coming from, directly from China. Because a lot of these things are directly from China. When you get them, they're not what they seem to be.
They be bootleg or something.
Yeah, should be falling apart and all that crazy shit.
Or, I mean, dog, for these prices, they gotta be falling apart, dog. They got to be, because this is crazy. They're $15. And
the Mayasto ones,
die cast.
You can rock with because
I don't see that.
official.
What are they called? How you spell it?
It's MIASTO, I think, or Mayatso. Yeah, there you go. You see that? Go to the 112s or the 180. Those are cars you can go back and just steal in motorcycles. Yes, 112 motorcycles. Then you get the real shit. You see the prices.
And the prices is really not that different. A little bit more, but not bad at all.
I got that Harley, the red Harley. I got the black one.
Bro, I need this one right here.
I got the Ducati, the yellow joints. Yeah, man. That's what the bagger? Nah, that's not. That's the
So these are supposedly the same ones as those other ones. Like same box and everything, but you think those other ones are bootleg, or you just don't know?
No, those are official right there. Those
yeah.
The other
ones
I wouldn't get into. I get into the Mayasto, the HD motorcycles, the Harley Davidson joints. Yeah, those are official right there.
Man, yo, dog. I need a chopper though. I need a chopper for I want some choppers though. You think they got choppers?
Oh yeah, they should have the either. They should have some choppers or some baggers or what is it called?
They ain't gonna have no choppers though.
Oh, you talking about the real heavy choppers
with the long handlebars?
The gooseneck choppers? Nah.
Like this shit.
I don't think they're gonna have the long joints. Nah, not like the Punisher shit.
Like the Punisher bike.
Nah, they ain't gonna have that. That's
wait. Oh, these
they
are
have
these
cafe races and they've got the regular Harleys.
Right.
Which is cool. The Harleys is Harleys, man. They still mean.
Oh fuck yeah, dog! I'm definitely grabbing these. I just and listen, all I got to do is throw some tall ball. I can make them into choppers, just like they make choppers, bro. They customize bikes and make them into choppers. I could do the same thing with this toy.
That could be a little side gig, dog. You know what I mean? Customizing toy choppers and selling them.
Word. Get gruel with it.
I got bags over here, all those bikes.
I know, but you ain't gonna give them to me.
Yo, You never know. I don't need them. Shit.
Well,
You heard him. He said he'd give them to you.
you got
Yeah.
my address. You got my address.
Yeah, I'm gonna send them to you. Don't worry about it. You'll see what I said, and then from there, if you need more, you just order more. But what I send you, you gonna be like, oh, okay.
Obviously, because listen, I need one for Ripper, Buzzer, and Torch,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna go ahead and get one for Zartan and Zarana and the rest of the Dreadnoks when they come out too eventually. So I want the whole biker gang. I'm gonna set them all up with the whole gang.
I got you.
You know, these $40. Somebody
Yeah, they cost, bro. They like
because
I
they're
have.
Marvel Legends.
Yeah, I have the Ducati, and I also have the BMW bikes. I got
Yeah, those realistic bikes
all
are
that
way
shit.
cooler than these.
All the
Now,
imports and all that crazy shit.
I will say though, there is something to be said. You know, the reason that I bought these and didn't jump on like a regular model of a bike is because these are made for figurines to sit on. They're made for Marvel Legends to sit on. In other words, they've even got let me get this
Well,
down.
I'm gonna say this
Let me show you.
for some figures because there's a different size difference
You see the seat?
with certain things.
You see the seat right there?
Yeah.
That's something that ain't on a real motorcycle. They did that to fit these figurines so their legs can fit and shit. And then there's like little foot pegs and shit on that they can stick under their boot, you know. So
Yeah.
it's got shit that the other bike ain't gonna have this dip right there. It ain't gonna have that pinched dip, so their legs aren't gonna fit as well. So we'll have to see how they go.
Or here's another thing you could do if you wanted to really sit on it, because a lot of those bikes, I mean the smaller body, like let's say Snake Eyes, let's say like the Spider-Man and the female figures will look perfect on those bikes. But as you get the bulkier guys look the bikes look tiny under them. So, it may not work out that way for you. I'm going for based off of experience because I used them for like my roadblock on one bike and he was just too damn big.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like the Punisher bike, if you could find those loose, I would say get those. Those are better.
Yeah. The Punisher bike so far is dope.
Or the Captain America bike.
Mm.
And you could just color those up.
Well, this is the Wolverine one, and it's really the best so far. The Wolverine one, look at that. It's got saddlebags and shit.
Get that Ninja Turtle one, dog. Paint it.
It's the same as the Punisher bike.
It's identical. The only difference is the handlebars and this one, and it has this bag and the paint. But yeah, they're identical, and that's cool. And so I thought, maybe it's better if I would just grab a couple more of these Punisher bikes. They got the chopper handlebars. Just leave him on this one so he can be different. He's the leader, and have Ripper on one and Torch on one of these. Boom, boom on either side, and they just be chilling like that.
But I'll send you the bikes and you can measure them up, and then you'll see.
Yeah. All right, that'll work. I appreciate it.
If you have to still get Punisher bikes, then you have
right. Did I show you? I got Shooter.
Oh yeah, I was listening and I didn't get to see Shooter. How's Shooter?
She's great. She's great. I love the sculpt. I love the little. I didn't notice that she had little sneakers and shit like that.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about it.
I do like it. You know why? I get that it's like obviously it's fucking ridiculous. It's not nothing that they would ever do because you're not gonna run around with loose shoes.
Yeah,
but she's a fake. She's a tongue-in-cheek character anyway. She's a made-up character. So I was like, all right, cool. You know what? Fuck it. It's cool. It's like it's
it looks
cool
Fortnite-ish. It looks Fortnite-ish though.
It does. It's got a little.
I'd rather she had something like Chuck Taylor's on rather than something like that. You know what I'm saying? Have some Chucks on or something.
Well, you could make these into Chucks. You could just paint a little circle on the side.
Yeah. But I mean, the whole the physical part of it. Right now, she looks like she got some shell-toe Adidas you know,
untied shit with the fat lace.
Yeah, the fat lace joints. Yeah. Like she getting ready to break dance in a minute. For real.
She comes with a couple different headpieces and hairstyles. I got her with this one's a more like like what a sniper would do, like somebody that's really working at night. That's how their shit would be. The other one looks more like
when I get actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take a Lady J bottoms. I'm gonna dye them, and then I'll put them
Mm.
on.
The feet. Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Yeah, because
It's a
it's
good
just
idea.
like, all right, you're a sniper and stuff. I don't know, but she's supposed to be like in a city or something like that type of thing, not in the field per se. But
Well, she's Night Force. Yeah, she's Night
yeah,
Force.
yeah,
But yo, these Lady J boots are the shit for her.
yeah.
What she got Tim's on.
You know what though? These Scarlet figures are like $10 at Walmart. I should grab a couple and experiment with them. Cause even
You can dye them. Use the synthetic dye from Rit.
I wouldn't even have to. Is what I'm saying. These would actually go as is. Well, nah, yeah, I would have to dye the top. But yeah, you can get some Rit and dye the knees. See, the knees are brown.
Yeah.
But she's got, and then hers are a little bit on the baggy side. But those are great. The boots are great.
Yeah, that's what I would do with them. Well,
But man, I don't know. I like this shit. I think it looks cool, man. The sneakers open like that. I think it's a really cool look. It's hip hop. I don't know. I just dig it.
True.
I'm gonna leave it on there just to have something different. She's different. And Night Force Tunnel Rat. So, and then we got Night Force Crazy Legs. I think those are the 3 Night Forces that are out right now, but there's gonna be more Night Force. A Night Force Shockwave is coming. Can't wait for that. That's perfect. Oh, you remember how they gave Buzzard that a fucking regular chainsaw?
Yeah.
I found this is the perfect rifle right here. You take the clip out and boom. I'm gonna attach that shit and I'm gonna figure out a way to make it look right, kind of like that, probably. And because that's his shit. That's what he has. So y'all like, why the fuck you gonna put a chainsaw on the end of a rifle? That's what the character has. If y'all don't know, that's what his original figure came with.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
Y'all got a homie. He just got a whole collection of old original GI Joes, bro. Like the 80s ones.
Oh
yeah.
shit.
Oh, word.
Yeah, he just sold every one of them, man.
God damn it, man.
I got one of them.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
That's dope. Which one?
Snowblind.
Who?
Was it Snowblind, the dude in the all white?
Snow Job, the guy with with the skis and shit.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, that's a good one. You got all the shit with him, the accessories. He got all his skis. Nice.
Yeah, every one of them were like brand new, man. They were in like little Ziploc bags with all the accessories.
Fuck. Yeah, that's nice. Those are valuable. If you got one that's still in the package, like in perfect condition, them shits are going for like $1,000, bro. Graded. Like wow.
I got a bunch of action figures around this room, man, but I ain't got no GI Joe. I just sold an old GI Joe from 60, 69.
Okay.
Oh, the doll ones. Yeah.
Yeah, dude had the flocked hair.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here goes that BMW bike. Yeah, they got all the ones that you got are on here. Yeah, the Maisto. Yeah, but this is the Wolverine bike right here. Maisto version. Damn, this is the one though. Oh shit, y'all can't see. Hold on. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one right there. I'm gonna get. They don't have the V-Rod, Norin. They don't have the Versa V-Rod. The V-Rod was one of my favorite just bikes.
Yeah, that one. You're pretty good.
I know V-Rods.
Yeah.
Damn, these cars. I wonder if you could fit classifieds in these fucking things. Yeah, well, anywho, we were talking about Elseworlds. Imprint. We were talking about what Elseworlds was about, what type of why DC does it, what is Elseworlds, what are the comics like, what are the movies going to be like, what are the shows going to be like. We talked about a lot of that stuff. Didn't I think the Arrowverse had an Elseworlds storyline. If you're a fan of DC TV, then you might remember the name Elseworlds as the title of the Arrowverse's 2018 crossover event. During the crossover, you had Arkham psychiatrist named John Deegan uses the Book of Destiny to rewrite reality, and this creates some insanity. The Oliver Queen having Flash's powers, and the crossover event is canon to the Arrowverse, so technically it's not Elseworlds, but Deegan did reshape the world, so the title isn't completely off. There's some, it's some in some way it's different. And by the way, Superman and Lois fans should note that this crossover featured the debut of Elizabeth Tulloch as Lois Lane. But yeah, that's done. Yeah, that show's over now.
Yeah.
Superman and Lois. But yeah, by now you've probably heard about James Gunn and Peter Safran's big plans for DC Studios. Everyone knows about it. The CEO, the co-CEOs will be developing an entire universe that spans film, television, video games, animation, comics, and they're all going to relate. So the actors that do the movies are going to also act in the shows. They're going to also be the voice actors in the animation. They're also going to be the voice actors in the video games. And the storylines are all going to be interwoven and connected for all those different mediums. So it's a big, broad, connected universe. I guess it's a good idea in a way, but Elseworlds gives them that ability to do other stuff. And so Elseworlds is going to be one of my favorite things because it always has been. And according to Safran and Gunn, well, you've got Joker, right? The weird Joker musical that's coming out, Folie à Deux. You've got Max's Harley Quinn, and then you've got Matt Reeves' The Batman. They're all Elseworlds. And then according to Safran and Gunn, any DC media project that takes place outside of their new universe will be given the Elseworlds label. So this will help viewers distinguish which stories are set in which continuity without making a big confusing issue about it. Plus, thanks to Elseworlds, we'll have a wider variety of DC media content, which is always a good thing. So it'll be easy for the casual fans, the audience that might not have any idea about the comic continuities or any of that, and they'll just see, Batman over here played by this actor, and then Batman in this movie played by that actor, and they're just gonna think, oh, it's just different movies. They don't realize what's what. So they're going to label them. The movie will say Elseworlds, or whatever, to denote which one. And the first sort of wave of the Elseworld revival, you've got the animated joint. You've got Gotham by Gaslight, The Kryptonian Age. So this series is going to revisit the Victorian era DC universe that introduced in Gotham by Gaslight, the Batman one. And then we'll see Gaslight versions of other heroes that have come from, together from the 19th century Justice League. Batman the Barbarian. Raw talk, didn't you get that Batman the Barbarian figure?
Yeah, definitely got him. It's pretty dope.
That shit cold.
Came with a nice comic.
Right.
And they're going to expand on that universe.
Yes. Dark Knights of Steel. Yes. Yeah, you've got Batman in like a swords and sorcery fantasy on medieval Earth. And then you've got Dark Knights of Steel All Winter, which is a sequel to the, Tom Taylor's Dark Knights of Steel comic, which plays the DC heroes in a Lord of the Rings sort of like fantasy realm. and then Green Lantern Dark, which is a female Green Lantern fighting alone in a post-apocalyptic Earth. So that could be really cool. Batman Nightfire, which is a described
Hey, you
as a
guys. Sorry, I gotta hop out. Thanks for having me.
no worries,
Putting the kids to bed.
no worries, man. Do your thing, man. Proud Papa.
Yeah.
Raw talk. What's wrong with your camera?
I got to do the same. Almost not put the kids to bed, but I just got in and have to really adjust everything when I came in.
Word is on. Yeah.
But yeah, you were saying real quick.
I was saying Batman Nightfire is a mind expanding mystery that finds Batman traveling to the past to rectify a tragedy that he that dealt with. So it's kind of like Flashpoint in that way. And then you got DC versus Vampires World War V, which is the latest chapter in the ongoing DC versus Vampires storyline. The sun is back, but the threat is far from over. And so, I don't know. I think it sounds dope. But yeah, it could be an infinite number of worlds and multiversal stories and, tons of Elseworlds stories to tell.
It's
But yeah.
cool, but it's just like they're reaching for, like what they say, for straws or something. They're trying to find something that would stick with the hardcore fans, and the hardcore fans just really want just an honest, true Batman story. Even if you got to make new villains, make some new villains that can compete with Batman, that can go toe to toe with Batman.
Right.
They need to tell the story of Azrael.
Oh yeah,
Azrael.
Story. Like when he was in the 90s, when he came about, like he's dope. Like,
Hell yeah,
thing, man. It's just like they abandoned a lot of stuff that he could take from the source material, just create shit out of thin air. Like, I don't understand it.
They'll never do Azrael, bro, because Batman got his ass whooped, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
But no, I mean, they're not afraid to let him get his ass whooped.
Well, I mean, if you read the whole series, man, not only did he get his ass whooped, I mean, he kind of took over Gotham,
Yeah. It's a great. I mean, that Elseworlds is a great thing.
Look at the Court of Owls. That was one.
Yeah.
Best storylines.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, that was deep. Like, come on. Like, they go before Batman. They knew who he was off top. They knew who he was. He
already.
Knew his family, the whole thing. And the family was part of the game. Like, it's just like, come on.
I love that shit. It's like Gotham Illuminati shit. And yeah, I mean, that's great. Like that, all that shit is dope. And that's what's dope about Elseworlds is that they can dive into all of that stuff and not mess with their regular continuity. And they are going to have the regular continuity. We still going to have, the mainline Batman and mainline Superman and mainline this and all of that. And then there'll be this, Matt Reeves is the Battinson Batverse. Then, what I'm saying, where it's like his sort of take on it. You got the Joker joint with what's his name. And so, they'll have the ability to have artistic expression and delve and try these different things and Barbarian Batman and try all this other shit that won't mess with the regular continuity, which will always be there. We'll have the mainline Batman, which we don't know what that's gonna be like. Brave and the Bold with Damian Wayne. That's the next Batman that's about to come out. That's gonna be the Batman. James Gunn's mainline Batman is gonna be from it's going to be called Brave and the Bold. I don't know how loyal to the source material it'll be, but it's James Gunn, so he's usually pretty fucking good about that. But at the same time, he's also very creative and makes shit his own. But he always does it in a great way. For me, like people, James Gunn, he makes his own, but he does it in a way that it doesn't offend the fan of the original. You know what I'm saying? Like Guardians. Fucking peak. He made people a fan of these nobody lame ass characters. Guardians, Peacemaker, nobody cared about these characters. Nobody, and they were trash. And he made them dope. So imagine what he can do with characters that are already dope. That's what I want to see. And maybe it'll backfire, but we don't know. So
if it's DC, it's got a tendency to.
Yeah, and that's a fact as well. But I'm really excited about this comic, Catwoman: The Gotham War, Scorched Earth #1. It's by Chip Zdarsky, so already it's gonna be fucking dope. Um, and Batman's villains basically got some upgrades from the Batcave thanks to Vandal Savage. Unfortunately, Tim Drake crosses their path and is taken hostage, after they overwhelm him. Um, Damn, this is the ill ass photo.
But fellas, I'm gonna catch y'all on Monday.
Yeah, we about to wrap it up, man, and reconvene on Monday. We definitely got to talk about Echo. We got a great show planned for Monday, y'all. So do not front. But every Monday, every Saturday, 7 p.m. we are always live here. You know what I'm saying, on Sixth Element of Hip Hop. So if you just came in or if you missed the beginning of the show, rewind it back. It was a great show. If you love the show, like it. Hit that like. Give us a comment down in the comment section. That really fucking helps us a lot. We really
Subscribe.
appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And you know what I'm saying? Check us out on Instagram as well at Sixth Element of what is it? Sixth Element Hip Hop. I think because I changed it for a minute. It was Sixth Element Comics, but I changed it back. It's Sixth
Hip Hop.
Element Hip Hop again. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. And tell them where they can find you, Trap.
Got a website, guys, traphousecomics.com, and I'm on Instagram too, Snapchat, all of them. Just look me up.
Bet. Raw Talk, where you at?
Yeah, toyfiendcult.com. You can go there and check out the merch. You know what I'm saying? I'll be having monthly updates with new merch, new designs. Check it out.
Hell yeah, y'all. All right, man. We'll see y'all Monday, y'all. Peace.
All right. Peace.